Ted Cruz shared his commentary on the shooting of a police officer in Texas. And while he was in New Hampshire doing a town hall, he had some pretty harsh words for the Obama administration, and in particular, Obama, and how Cruz believes that he led to the shooting that happened in Texas. Take a look.
We stand with our police officers. We stand with our firefighters, with our EMS, with our first responders. These are brave heroes who risk their lives keeping us safe. And I do think we're seeing the manifestation of the rhetoric and vilification of law enforcement, of the police, that is coming from the top, that's coming from the President of the United States, and it's coming from senior officials.
So he's specifically talking about Sheriff Deputy Darren Goforth, who was shot and killed over the weekend. And he's basically blaming Obama for people going out there and doing these terrible things toward police officers. Basically, he's making the argument that Obama hasn't done enough to condemn these murders. Although Obama has been on the record countless times condemning these acts of violence, and I have examples for you right now. In fact, in reference to the death of Texas Deputy Darren Goforth, he said the following: "I also promised that I would continue to highlight the uncommon bravery that police officers show in our communities every single day. They put their lives on the line for our safety. Targeting police officers is completely unacceptable, an affront to civilized society. As I said in my State of the Union address, we've got to be able to put ourselves in the shoes of the wife who won't rest until the police officer she married walks through the door at the end of his shift. That comfort has been taken away from Miss Goforth. So we must offer her our comfort and continue to stand up for the safety of police officers wherever they serve." Oh my God, can you see that? The vilification of police officers. That's what Obama's all about.
So as usual, a great case of projection from the right wing here. So Ted Cruz says, I always support the police no matter what. Now, the police do sometimes take wrong action. Sometimes they kill a 12-year-old with a toy gun in 2 seconds flat. Sometimes they kill a guy with a toy gun in a Walmart. Sometimes they kill unarmed people. In fact, they kill unarmed people a lot. According to many different studies, over 100 people were killed when they were unarmed in this country by cops in just the first 5 months of this year. For other countries, you have no idea how shocking that is. If there's one unarmed person killed by a cop in Sweden, it is gigantic news. In Norway, enormous news, unbelievable news. We had over 102 people killed by cops when they were not armed in just the first 5 months of 2015, right? But Ted Cruz never criticizes any of that. The reason is he doesn't mind. See, he thinks Obama's doing the same thing he does. Like when Obama does criticize when the cop is killed because he's torn up about it. He doesn't want the cop killed. And by the way, the cop's a government worker. Obama's a government worker, right? Of course he doesn't want that, and he's nominally on the left, right? So he doesn't believe in that kind of violence. Okay, against cops, etc. But Ted Cruz thinks you kill some unarmed people, 2/3 of them are minorities. So what? I support you 100%. So your violence, I support it. So I think Obama supports the other side's violence. But there is no other side. The guys who are the maniacs who shoot the cops are not activists. They're not protesters. Like this guy, Shannon J. Miles, they are literally crazy. This guy was adjudicated to be mentally incompetent in an earlier case. Yeah. Why did he shoot the cop? Because he's in part of some movement? No, there's a movement in his head. He's mentally incompetent. And by the way, you want to know the real reason that cop died and who you should be angry at? Because we have every person in this country can walk in and get a gun anywhere, anytime, no problem. This guy's mentally incompetent. Who cares? Give him a gun. The white guy, Dylan Rufus, crazy? Give him a gun. The black guy in Virginia that shot the two poor people on air is crazy. Who cares? Give him a gun. You know, the guy who did the shooting in the movie theaters, actually the many guys who did the shooting in the movie theaters, they're all crazy. Who cares? Give him a gun. And then Ted Cruz, after saying, give him a gun, give him a gun, give him a gun, will turn around and be like, outraged. Oh, wow. How did that crazy person get a gun? It must have been Obama's fault. No, it's your fault, Ted Cruz, for putting guns in all those people's hands and profiting off of it. It's your fault that that cop got shot and killed.